The stay and the staff and the whole stay of bread. The stay and the staff and the whole stay of bread. Shalom, Akims. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects. Shalom, Akims. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We're making today's video talking about concerning that the Lord, Yahweh Shai, shall take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff and the whole stay of bread. Okay? Now, we're going to take this straight up into the scriptures. This is Isaiah chapter 3, starting at verse 1. For behold, the Lord of hosts, do take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff and the whole stay of bread. That means all of your support systems, all that supports you, your stay, that's where you live, your place of residency. Your staff, that's your whatever you use to keep you feeling secured. Okay, whatever you use to keep you feeling secured, that shall your staff. It shall be use that to rule and to make policy with and to make decisions with. That should be taken away from you, And the whole stay of bread. That means your food and water. And the whole stay of water. Okay? And your water shall be taken away from you when the time comes, during the time of Yaakov's troubles. Okay? The mighty men and the men of war, okay? And the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient and the captain of 50 and the honorable men and the counselors and the cunning artificer and the eloquent orator. That means everyone. For everyone, during the time of Jacob's troubles, it's going to be hard times to go through. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them. Okay? The young shall rule over the old. And the people shall be oppressed, everyone by another. When that time comes, during the time of Jacob's troubles, neighbor is going to be against neighbor. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 5. And Exodus chapter 20, verse 16. Neighbor shall be bringing false witness against thy neighbor. All this is going to be going on during the time of Jacob's troubles, during the time of the hour of darkness. Okay? These things are going to be going on, And everyone by his neighbor. The children shall behave himself proudly against the ancient. You see? The young, they will not have any respect for the old. None. The young will even attack the old, as they do now. They'll walk up on an old person and attack them, even in their own home, And the base against the honorable, because that's what it is. It's the right against the left, the righteous against the wicked, okay? Because everyone's footsteps is ordered one way or the other. Some people's footsteps are ordered to the right, to the book of life. Some people's footsteps are ordered to the left, to the book of death. Okay. Verse 6, when a man shall take hold of his brethren, of the house of his father, saying, that means his own brother, thou hast clothing, be thou our ruler, and let this reign be under thy hand. In the day shall be swear, in that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing, because people are going to be without. People are not going to have things. People are going to be suffering very, very badly. Make me not a ruler or of the people, for Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen. I'm talking about our people being destroyed. Remember, we are a people before we are a place. Because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory. You see? And that's where our people are, always contentious. The shew of their countenance doeth witness against them. You see? And it does. And they declare their sin as Sodom. They hid it not. And that's the way they do. You got these transformers walking around proudly, walking around outside, 6-foot dudes walking around wearing dresses and blonde wigs and a bunch of makeup and high heel shoes. You got these sort of things going on inside the schools. You got drag queens teaching inside the libraries and the school. Children's stories on how to be gay. And they teach a homosexual ed in school proudly. The teachers teach the children how to properly perform oral sex. The children are taught how to properly insert a penis into the anal orifice area. The children are taught these things, how to do these homosexual, immoral behavioral things. You see? And so, as Sodom was destroyed, so shall be America. Okay? Woe, and the word woe means destruction. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And that's what they've done. That's what they've done. Say ye to the righteous that it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. That means they're going to reap destruction. They're going to reap the destruction what they're going to get. Woe unto the wicked. That means destruction unto the wicked. It shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. You see? Shall be recompensed back unto his own head. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. And the women do. The women exerting authority over a man. And that's not what's supposed to be done. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err. And the people do. They listen to T.D. Jakes, T.D. Fakes, T.D. Snakes, Joyce Liars, Creflo Dollar, Want More Dollar, and all these different television evangelists and these fake preachers out here and pastors and these Christian churches are just misleading the people, and these politicians as well. They just simply misleading the people. You see, and destroy the way of thy path. See, their path is destroyed. Verse 13. The Lord standeth up to plead, that means to judge, and standeth to judge the people. You see? And to judge the people. Okay? The Lord will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people, the old, and the princes thereof. I mean, you women. For ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your house. You see? You stolen from the poor. You got to pay for that, Esau. All that you've done. Verse 15. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces, and grind of their faces of the poor, saith the Lord God of hosts. You see? Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks, and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. They're confident in the wickedness that they do. They're confident in it with a surety. But the Lord is going to come and remove all that, take all that away from them. When the Lord gets here. Verse 17. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. That means remove y'all hairdos, y'all beautiful, lovely hairdos who's going to be removed and replaced with scabs, bald spots. That's what y'all going to have. Y'all crowns are going to be removed. And he's going to use, because of the many different chemicals that y'all been putting in y'all hair, on y'all scalps, y'all skin. He's going to use body mites, flesh-eating body mites, eat away at y'all scalp and causing the application of feeling your skin being burned, leaving scabs and different things. These things are going to be happening, and the Lord will discover their secret parts, your inward parts in between your legs and all that, will get rash and sores. And the day of the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ointments about their feet, and their coals, and their round tires like the moon. I mean, y'all cars to be taken away from y'all. Y'all chains, and the bracelets, and the mufflers, and the bonnets, and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands. All this will be taken away from y'all. All of the different accessories that y'all do to use to help make y'all little outfits that y'all put on look all cute and together be taken away. And the tablets, that's gonna be taken away. And the earrings, all that's gonna be taken away. The rings, the nose jewelries, all these things gonna be taken away from y'all when the time comes. During the time when y'all have troubles. And these are primarily for you women. What this is y'all talking about here. Because there's a lot that y'all need to learn. There's a lot that's distracting you women and keeping you women from entering into the kingdom. Because one, y'all can't slow down and yield to the Lord under the authority of the Lord. Y'all just can't do it. This society is set up for y'all. Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 22. Oh, how long will you go about backsliding, O daughter? The Lord will, roughly paraphrasing, the Lord has created a new thing in the earth. A woman will compass a man, and that time has come now. But you women, y'all draw circles around the authority of a man. But all that's coming to a cease. All that's coming to a close, because Titus chapter 2, you women not supposed to be exerting authority over a man. Period. It's not something that y'all supposed to be doing. Okay? Verse 22. The changeable suits of apparel, y'all clothing, your different outfits, all that's going to be taken away. And the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, all these things. The glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. All these things will be taken away from y'all when the time comes. Verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, because it ain't going to be no, perfume and different things that you women can put on. All that's going to be taken away from y'all. And in water, y'all women need water in order to be able to bathe and douche and all that stuff. All that's going to be taken away. Y'all is not going to be able to douche, bathe. Y'all ain't going to be able to do all that. And you women, y'all need to. Otherwise, y'all will become really malodorous, especially between y'all legs. You see, because that's a hole that builds in bacteria and different things inside y'all that must be flushed out. cleaned out, dushed out, okay? And instead of girdle, a rent. And instead of well-set hair, baldness. You see, y'all gonna have baldness. All these things are gonna happen. They're gonna be happening soon. And instead of a stomacher, a girding of sackcloth. You see. And burning instead of beauty. Verse 25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, because when the martial law troops come in, when they declare martial law, the martial law troops going to be coming through all throughout the neighborhoods, kicking in people's doors. You know, they're going to be gathering up the young men. It's going to be the draft at the same time. They're going to be gathering them up. The draft's going to be going on. The martial law police is going to be used to gather up the young men. When you see the prison buses lined up at the main in the main marketplaces and the major streets and different things, you see those long prison buses. Those will be there to gather up the young men and to cart them off to FEMA camps as well as to boot camp. You see, that's what these things are going to be happening. You see, and they're going to be kicking in doors. The martial law soldiers are going to be raping you women and the children. And you got guys all throughout the neighborhoods in the nights, you're going to be curfew. They're going to be creeping down through the alleys in between people's houses, breaking into people's houses. Ain't going to be no food. They're going to be hungry. And they're going to be raping the women and the children and the senior citizens. It's going to be really, really crazy. It's about to get crazy. And thy mighty in the war. There's going to be a war going on at that time. World War III is going to be in effect over in Ukraine. You see? And so they're going to be rounded up, the young men over here, and sent over there to fight in that war. It's going to escalate. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. Verse 26. And her gates shall lament and mourn, and she, being desolate, shall sit upon the ground. You see, the time is coming. The time is coming when it's going to be all these different things that's going to transpire, and the Lord is going to be angry. He's going to be upset. Let's go to Second Ezra chapter 16 right quick. We're going to go to verse, we're going to just read some of this. Okay, we're going to do start off at verse 33. And it reads, the virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. You see, all this shall be taken away. They are not going to have any young men to come help them to do things, you know. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers, because the young men are going to be gathered up and carted off to war. You see, in the wars, they're going to be gathered up. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed. That means killed. You see, that means killed. And their husbands shall perish of famine. They're going to starve to death. Trying to hide out in different places, trying not to go to the war. You see, it's going to be a big decision that people are going to have to make, either starve or go to war and be killed. And starve trying to hide out. Ain't going to be no food in the grocery stores and different things. Ain't going to be no food. Verse 35, hear now these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. And we do. As servants of the Lord, we understand these things. We know what's about to happen. We know. Verse 36, behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. You see? Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. You see, because they're coming for sure, with a surety, you know. They'll come with a surety. Make sure you press the like button, okay, if you like the spiritual edification that you're receiving from this video, and make sure you press the subscription button if you haven't already. And also, make sure you press the notification bell, ding, ding, so that way you will receive notifications each time that I put out a video, okay? We're going to get ready to close it out, read a few more verses. Verse 38, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb. You see, and which pains when the child cometh forth. You see, and we're talking about a child of destruction. Okay, they slack not a moment. You see, this is what's coming. This is what's coming. The Lord is going to take away the whole stay and the whole staff and the whole stay of bread and water. Okay, from Jerusalem and from Judah. That's from the southern and from the northern tribes. During the time of Yaakov's troubles, when the Lord shall bring forth in that day of the Lord. Just before then, we shall have much tribulation as we enter into the kingdom. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We'd like to give all praises and all honor to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects. Shalom to the hopeful elects.